All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the true power with General Sara Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sara Seti YouTube page, but General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, dropping nothing but heavy mental for our people, black people, education, spirituality, divinity, heritage, culture. You know what it is. You should subscribe immediately. Subscribe immediately. Don't hesitate. Become a member. The membership link right down in the video description is in the chat. All you have to do is just click it. You get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join, even if you don't. I appreciate your presence here at the Sara Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's all right. That's right, family. Ring the alarm. KingSeti.com online marketplace official. General Sara Seti DVD, Lexus, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know it. You're going to like and love. Get on over there. Check out that catalog. Get a discount. Shop and save. Save and shop. Pull the fire alarm. GeneralSeti.com. Seti University. Over 2,500 videos. Over 40 different subjects. All the subjects that you know and love. From the general to raw for YouTube. When Egypt ruled the earth. Global Kushite Empire. Omeka. Voyages of the Nile. In ancient America. The making of the white man. The black woman is God. Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Hinduism exposed, all the isms exposed, Black Illuminati. We're going to be dealing with some of that tonight. Hip-hop Holocaust, hip-hop occult, Freemasonry exposed. So many powerful subjects that we need to have spread out our knowledge in all these subjects so we know what's going on in this world. And so there's no other website nowhere on the planet that can compare or compete. You should become a member today. And everybody knows Seti popping on Patreon. You know that. Seti Live is lit. You get a chance to see the general live on Patreon. Over 500 exclusive live streams only to be seen on Patreon. You need that in your life. Too raw for YouTube. You need that in your life. So get on over there, become a patron today. All the family that donated to the general, I thank you. I appreciate the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family out there would like to donate, link right there on the screen in the chat, in the video description, donate. I thank you. I appreciate you. And I thank you again. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels. King Seti, General Seti, Sara Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Here we go. Man, we had to go here. I try to, when things happen, what I do, I try to exhaust my mind on things that each time it happened to one of our peoples, especially the celebrities. You feel me? It's just questions. It's almost like a list that I go down, and I had to ask the question. I wouldn't do this just frivolously. It's got to be some things that I see, that make me wonder, and I say, is this a coincidence? It got to be in alignment, and even if it is and if it's a strong coincidence, I bring it to the people because a lot of times, information is not necessarily surface. A lot of it could be cryptic, some esoterical, some not, some exoterical, exoterical. The eso is information that's not going to be, widely accepted by the people. It's not going to be something that even come to mind. The exoterical is something that the commoner, they're going to give you the commoner understanding of it, and so we look and we had to, and so when I seen, I understand that Angie Stone was in a sorority. Okay. What does that mean? Understandably, that is an allegiance, you see, to a certain sisterhood, which is also connected to a certain brotherhood. See, a lot of people think, you know, when they hear people hear sorrow, they think, oh, that ain't got nothing to do. Let me tell you, all the signs, when you go to the sorrow and sorority symbols, the fraternity symbols, all the symbols are Freemason symbols. Okay? Let's just be clear. And I did the research, and a lot of times it be the Mason that create the symbol. Yeah, they got a front. They got a front. You know, a lot of time a sister, they say, oh, she's the founder of the sorority. But a lot of times it be the brothers behind it, because why would they have Masonic symbols in their crest? And I'm going to show you that. So even the hand gestures, you know, that a lot of them be using are Freemason hand gestures. So I don't want y'all to think, oh, no. That's why a lot of them, like, you know, they like, say for instance, Shaq. He's a frat and a Freemason, and you'll see that they both, you know, they come out of the frat and they go into the Freemasonry. The frat mofo, you know, the collegiate level. But when you get on that world rulership, you know, you in the Freemason lodge, and you got to be of the prince. You got to be of the sublime prince level. You understand? Because if you below that, you don't know shit. What the fuck? I mean, I'm just saying what Albert Pike said. Okay? They put shit out there. They make you believe. And they lying to you the first 3 degrees and all them other degrees, they be lying. You understand? To you. And I heard it directly out his goddamn mouth. So don't get up here and get mad when you go there and you read this shit. They make you believe shit that ain't real. And then most of it ain't real. Okay, so unless you are the highest degree, you're not going to sit there and get the same. Each degree is a different understanding, you see? And for the brothers that know the truth is all bullshit. You see, so y'all can run and hide at that point. You just another nigga over there in the corner, y'all in huddle, and y'all whispering. You know, we used to do that shit. You know, make a motherfucker think we saying something. Just pretend like you saying something. And we be over there and we be like, and looking at the nigga laughing and shit. And we ain't even saying nothing. That's the Freemasons and shit. You can go in all that bullshit. If you know the truth of the Nile Valley, all of that is garbage. That's garbage. You see what I'm saying? Because the true brotherhood is the brotherhood of the Nile. And if that ain't the foundation of your brotherhood, you ain't got none. If for a black man, any goddamn, you can go and see that's what happened. They go over there thinking they could be with the Cro-Magnon and that's that Neanderthalic brotherhood. You understand what I'm saying? That, you know, and they'll use a couple niggas here and there to do their bidding. You know, they had a little henchmen that do their bidding, but they don't know they self. You see? If they did, there's no way they would even acknowledge a goddamn Cro-Magnon Neanderthal that they brother, and they is the Grand Master. Bloodline of the Grand Master lineage of the Nile Valley. The true Freemasons on the planet. Taught a motherfucker what stone was. Goddamn it, didn't even name motherfuckers out there mud brick. Into the Nile Valley Africans brought true masonry on the planet. So I just had to explain that. Okay, everything else is what they call speculative masons. When you speculate, mean you're guessing. I looked it up and showed the nigga. You understand? Heard is hard. They say you got operative masonry and you got speculative masonry. Speculative means to speculate, meaning to guess. So you're guessing. You don't really know what's going on. So I had to let you know that. Okay, and so now what I've seen, I say, okay, she's a sorrow. So which means she understands the oath. She understand the oath. She understand the power of the oath because they take the oath. And then, a lot of them is just, they come out of that barbaric shit. You understand, where they beating motherfuckers, no different than the frat, beating the sisters and shit. And a lot of the time they had to, in the humiliation rituals to come and be a part of this shit and this, that. And so we ain't about to play no game with you. We know what it is. Now, doing the research, the humiliation ritual was first the Freemason ritual. They used to humiliate to become a part, get you out there doing all type of crazy shit, embarrassing yourself. Damn near kill a lot of them died drinking and shit, doing crazy shit, drinking over, so much liquor and shit just to be down, doing dumb shit, killing these boys and girls just to be a part of this shit. You see what I'm saying? So we understand. So we're not about to make up nothing. We just gonna drop facts, and this is what it is. And so to understand that, the sororities and the fraternities are connected to Freemasonry. That's facts. Okay. Matter of fact, let me go on here and put this on up here, And so why am I saying this? Because understandably, when you take these oaths, ain't no telling how long, how high up you go in the oath. And then a lot of them cross over, just like, Freemasons and, frat turn into Freemason. Then you got the Soros. They might become daughters of the Nile and they'll go over into the female masonry and shit. So they know the oath. They know the power of the oath and they know what happened when you break that oath. Okay. You know what happened when you break that oath. JFK, look at it. You see, you feel what I'm saying? There's a lot of them you could point. And even, what's eerie to me is this Masonic, because a lot of motherfuckers, when they see this shit, when you see it's the Pharaoh. But see, the Freemason took that from the Pharaoh when he crossed his arms. You see what I'm saying? And he's ascending. He's going on into the realm of a mentor. You know what I'm saying? So he's passed on, but and so the Freemason then went into Egypt, and many of the symbols that he saw on the walls and with the pharaohs and the statues, I shouldn't say adopted, he stole, and he took these symbols and put his own understanding under them. So you will see them, and that's why when they talk about Freemasonry, they always say, "Oh, the ancient Egyptian, they had no understanding like the modern Freemasons." So let's get that shit out your head. They done stole ancient African traditions, and they done polluted it. You see, and put their own understanding. And so they'll take this, where they cross their arms, and sometimes they'll cross. And I seen many, when I look at the brother that played, what's his name? Bozeman, and you think, oh, that's the Panther. That's a goddamn Freemason hand gesture. It's goddamn, I got pictures in black and white where motherfuckers are standing like that. You see what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. And don't get it twisted. And so you see it and you thinking, oh, no, that's Freemasonry. Okay. And so it was eerie to me, because I seen Angie Stone. She was in the Masonic, and like I say, many of the sororities, they take Freemason hand gestures and they incorporated it into because the Mason was behind the scene when they created it. Who you think gave them their crests and shit? I seen where they acknowledged that Freemasons was behind the scene, helping them to create the soror. So I want you to, why am I saying? I'm letting you know that the Masons and the Freemasons and the Illuminati, which y'all want to, you call the Illuminati, is behind the scenes. She's affiliated. Just letting you know that. Affiliated. Okay. And so the power of the oath, they don't go in there and just see, they take that shit serious. You see, when they do it and they get into their fraternities and their sorority and their masonry, they take them all serious. They don't be playing no games with you. You see, they take, when they become, that's high esteem. They become, elite. They become esteemed, and they blood to call out whatever sorority or whatever fraternity, whatever Masonic lodge they belong to. They love to call it. It means something to them. So when I seen, the Divine Nine, I heard that she was I guess that's all of the top soros, I believe, sororities. I believe the Divine Nine. I don't know if the fraternities is in there or not, but I'm seeing it mentioned that she was a part of the Divine Nine. Now, I also seen that she was into going to the ministry, going into the school of ministry. But understandably, most people that's really deep into the Christian thing, they look at Freemasonry like that's some devil worship shit. So when you into and you got all these symbols that you identify and all these hand gestures that you identify with, and you throw up and shit that where you idolize in your club, your sorority, your fraternity, your Freemasonry, then you got your Messiah, you got your Christian thing where they look at that as something that's, satanic. So right there, you see a lot of time they be over here, they be over there, but they really, that's how they is. And so ain't no, you don't know what's going on. You see, they could be in all type of clubs and shit. They could be in. So I understand the Divine Nine that, so you see a lot of sororities gave her a shout out. That's that Greek. Yeah, that's that Greek. Now I got to say what it is. It's not slander. It's reality. I'm trying to see what's going on. And so the thing is, I make the connections with the obvious. Don't make it up. It's the obvious. So you're Greeking, okay? And the Masonic connection is there. You see, the Masonic connection is there, and a lot of them cats in the music industry and in any industry. You understand what I'm saying? You got to show your allegiance to them. You ain't gonna get no paper. You just think you gonna walk in there and get paper, nigga? You ain't getting no paper unless you done showed allegiance. You got to show allegiance to get paper for real, for real. They're going to blackball you. They're going to get your ass up. Soon as you say something out of alignment, most of them motherfuckers, when they say something out of alignment, they blackball. You see, you get kicked out the club. The motherfucker be crying and trying their goddamn best to get back in the club. You understand? Because they ain't going to get no real paper there. And maybe some of them can get out there on an independent thing and make something work. But as far as having that access to get into, all of the studios and you understand and be able to make movies and sing songs and in the top studios, they'll blackball you. You can't sing in here. You can't come in here. You know what I'm saying? You can go, but not in here. And so that's how they do you. So you got to be in. And so noticing that she was in the Masonic posture. It's not, people say, and the crazy shit, I got so many pictures. Wow, it kind of blow my mind, because I'm not making this shit up. It's like, damn, when I look at so many of our brothers and sisters in that posture right there that she in, and they took them, it fucked me up. I didn't even want to keep going because it was so many. They either took them, either they killed them, as far as industry wise. You see the motherfucker Diddy, you see Bozeman, but then I saw Bob Marley, Muhammad Ali. I got the pictures, and I seen them, and it just started hitting me like, damn, it's like it ain't nothing that I just want to come up in and say, wow, it's just like blowing my motherfucking mind. Like, damn, they knocking off all our people. You know what I mean? You fuck with them, they knock. If you get to talking crazy or go outside of that, they're just like Muhammad Ali. He went to talking against the white man in America, and they gave him something. They fucked him up and shit where he couldn't talk, he couldn't walk. Called it Parkinson's disease. Bob Marley died of cancer. You see what I'm saying? And it's a couple more. It's just even the nigga from Run DMC. You know what I'm saying? And I seen this motherfucker. He had him crossed, but he had his shit up with the Baphomet, and they took his voice. They took his motherfucking voice. You see, every motherfucker that got in, in there with our people, they didn't knock their ass off one way or another. With the high, Bozeman, they gave him cancer. He died of cancer. You see what I'm saying? He died of cancer. And and he had been, but that Panther movie was like, so powerful, damn, and it had literally became the goddamn #1 inspiring goddamn movie of black people. Goddamn, I say, damn. Niggas came out of wherever they was at. Niggas came to see the movie, The Black Panther. So it was like, and it's so on and so on. So I had to think to myself, I say, damn, did this sister, did she take an oath? And many of them, they take the oath because they really don't know what go on with it. They don't know. I seen where they lied to them. They think they really doing, positive work. They gonna get into and get more money, and they just thinking they gonna sing. And some of them, it ain't that way. When they get in there, it becomes very apparent what you fucking with. You ain't nobody confused. And so this is what I want to say. None of the artists is confused. They very well may not have known how deep the shit was gonna be, but they knew the shit. As soon as they got in there, it was a lot of shit. They'll throw you in there and let you see the shit raw and see how you react. You see, can you take it? Can you be, you know what I'm saying? And so a lot of these motherfuckers, I don't know none of them that ain't seen, what it is. You see? Hold fast. Yeah, my daughter out here running around. But anyway, family, everybody that engage into that society, they know what the fuck is going on. Some niggas leave early once they peep. Some niggas leave early. Some motherfuckers, they mandate that they be involved. They want to see how I guess when you get to a certain level, but they gonna make sure, nigga, they got a file on you. Nigga, you was there. Somebody saw you there. You see? And so that's what it is. So the thing is, did the sister, was she involved? Did she take her oath? And then, a lot of them want to come back. They don't want to deal with the shit. You see, they trust in motherfuckers that they don't got no business trusting in because they think they in the club. Motherfuckers stealing from them, taking their shit. By the time they realize that they ain't in the club, then it's over. And then you want to come back on that and you want to expose. You want to expose. And that motherfucker that's at the head of Universal Music, he already got charges on his ass. He already got charges on him with Diddy. So they like, is like, we can't take no more. We now you throwing charge and then more. And see, the thing is, we're going to talk about some things, on the occult level that kind of like, and I'm throwing out here because it's dates and shit that I didn't realize. And I, I'm going to go look. I'm going to see what's going on because I know how these elite motherfuckers think. They try to find certain days and shit and connected to certain holidays, certain rising of certain stars and shit, and this is what they do. Whether you believe in it or not, this is what they do. And so if you the type of nigga that then they can always be successful in their goddamn endeavor because you don't believe. Oh, everything is so plain. Everything is so plain how everybody live. And nobody would ever try to hide anything from the world and the community. Nobody would create a secret language. Who would do that? Who would do that? Who would say they've been doing this shit? And so if they could get away with it, and you look at everything, oh, that's a conspiracy. A conspiracy It's not a conspiracy to reveal that they are conspiring. It's a conspiracy to reveal that they're conspiring on us and they hiding shit from us. Goddamn, they didn't hide our goddamn history for the longest, and we didn't win it. So you think they ain't hiding something else from your ass? You got to be real. So we have to look, and like I said, I want y'all to look and see. You know, it's kind of eerie to me, you know, because, and I'm you know, a lot of this, I like I say, I'm gonna have to take it to I'm gonna take it to Patreon, because I just, you know, these Cro-Magnon Neanderthals, they be acting weird when you start putting up certain shit, you know. And so you see the family back there in the back. And so I'm just letting you know. So when you see these motherfuckers, oh, Abramovich, the witch and shit, yeah, and she got her brass and, you know, spiked knuckles, and the motherfucker from Kiss, a demon, you know, a demon. Then you got the other guy, whatever his name was, another demon. You see, they all in. This is the posture, you know, and we see our family here in them same posture, and it fucked me up because I seen Bob Marley in it too, but he looked like he was damn near choking himself. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he was. And then I seen what the one with Muhammad. Yeah, I seen the one. I'm just gonna put up a couple, but I had the one with Muhammad, and that really like bothered me. I say, dang, there you go right there. You see what I'm saying? So to let you know, he was doing it before the Panther. So I don't want y'all to say, oh, it is a goddamn Messiah. He was doing it before the Panther. Nigga, you niggas sitting up here looking at the world through a surface view, a lens and shit. There you go right there. So I'm just letting you know they was already doing it before the Panther. It's a Masonic posture. And so when I seen that sister, I say, oh, then when I look at how many of them they done took out, you know, that went into this posture, every last one of them, you know, what the one with DMC? Yeah, and then that wicked motherfucker. What the one with DMC? DMC was in it, but they took his voice. They took his voice. I don't know where it's at, but I have it for y'all. Yeah, they took his voice. I say, ain't this a bitch? Yeah, they took his motherfucking voice. But anyway, yeah, let me get back up here. And so when you start seeing how many of them they took out, you see, took out Muhammad, took out Boseman. Yeah, took out, they didn't got Diddy ass for whatever it is worth. They got Angie, they took out Bob. It's all this a goddamn coincidence. It's all this a goddamn coincidence. And am I seeing what you seeing, nigga? You see, I'm coming, it bothered me. I say, God damn, how many, it become eerie to look at. It's eerie to look at, to see so many of our peoples in this goddamn Masonic shit, and something happened to them like that. You know, they didn't took them out, you know, knocked them off and shit, gave them something. All of them is some medical shit. You know, Bob medical shit, Bozeman medical, Muhammad medical. Always some medical shit where they end up dying and shit all of a sudden. But Muhammad, they punish Muhammad now. They punish him. You know what I'm saying? And may, punish him over a course of years. So yeah, family, I just had to bring that to you, family. I had to bring that to you. Yeah, you say Bob Marley looking goofy as hell. Yeah. Yeah, well, you better not hear let no motherfucker. They have been to try to take you out, bro. Them goddamn Rastafarians be ready. Get on your ass about talking. Yeah, that's beyond the point, man. Stay, yeah. Yeah, it looked like he trying to show that they choking his ass. It looked like they were trying, it looked like that's what I got from that. You know what I'm saying? Like they going around his motherfucking neck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, Angie died on her son's birthday, but I got I didn't know that, but I'm glad you brought it because I got something else on that. Yeah, I got something else on that too that kind of shocked me because I went in there and was doing, and I say, damn, it's just things that come to my mind, and I'm gonna talk about it. If you're on here right now, subscribe, family. Hit this like button. I want the likes. I want the subscribers to go up. I want to reach our people. I don't come here, goddamn it, I'm here to teach. That's my damn mission. Make sure the people get the information. You know what I'm saying? No entertainment or shit. I'm not here for no goddamn entertainment. I'm here to show you how they knocking as our people, continue to hook up with these beasts, and they keep knocking our peoples off one by one by one by one. You feel me? So family, I'll be right back. Make sure you do what I ask and subscribe and hit that like button, and I'll be right back. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power. Say gray hair aunt go even harder. That's my nephew. All right, black power.